Hi and welcome back to the channel. At Express IT Tech Tips, I promised that I would go through the YouTube journey that I'm going on with all of you, because I think it's keen to understand if you decide to do this one day, it's pretty much a commitment. I actually get quite excited about recording videos now. It sounds really odd, but I kind of go to bed at night and I think, well, that's a really good idea. I might want to use that, or I'll go and buy something because it's the worst time of year for me, being Black Friday, because I'm just a compulsive tech fiend. And I'll go and buy something. I go, oh, that's really good. I could just do a video on that. And some of them I've just done quick, snappy, get it recorded, get it published. And I've kind of thought, I set myself a few targets. And one of the targets was within the first month to get 20 videos uploaded. Now, this will be my number 14. So I'm well within that target. I'm only actually 9 days into that journey. Now, my very first video was on November the 9th, which I uploaded, which was me just testing the water to see how it kind of goes, playing around using my, smartphone. So it's just my S22 Ultra. Kind of got a bit of, how that looks, how it works. I've noticed some of the things that I was doing wrong and not doing right recording, played around with the voiceovers and various other bits, and had loads of fun and challenges around the audio. Some of which, unfortunately come from the constant fan drone that I get in the background, which hopefully I've now addressed using OBS filters, which I'll kind of do a little bit of a separate video on how I kind of resolve those challenges, because I think it's something that people, unless you go and look for it, you don't quite know it's there. But I set myself a few targets, and one of them was to reach that, that 20 video mark. After a month was my challenge. So realistically, I started pushing the channel on November the 15th. We're now on November the 24th. So, I'm 9 days in and I've currently got 14 videos on there, which is good. That's kind of where I saw myself going from that point. Now, I set myself a few other challenges in the back of my mind to kind of go, this is where I'd like to be. Now, some of these I can't impact, so it's all going to be about the quality of videos, what I'm trying to do. I'm learning, so don't get me wrong. The video quality, I promise, is going to step up, because I will come on to why in a short while. But I set myself a few targets, and one was to meet a certain threshold of subscribers in that first month. Now, I'm pleased to say I'm around about 40 odd percent through that. So yeah, that's not too bad. That's kind of getting where I wanted to be after a month. Again, I set myself some targets on, views. I'm probably not far off that. So I've actually realized it's gone slightly better. Some videos I can certainly tell have taken a better turn than others, and I knew one particular on the Steam Deck would get a lot more traction than some of the others, and I'll come on to what I'm going to do next on that in a moment. But also the sort of watch time in hours, and I think one of the key things is YouTube gives you some really good analytics that you can kind of delve into and realize where things are going well, where they're not going well, what the engagement level is. And I know by now I probably would have seen that tailor off, but I promise you, if you help me with this journey and I help you with this journey, if you decide to get started in this, I can actually give you some tips from my own experience. It's very well and good going and watching, the professionals that have already got, 100k subscribers or whatever, tell you how to do it. But they've probably been doing it for years. I'm trying to have started this in 2022, and my idea is to grow this into 2023 and beyond. So I mentioned that things are going to start to change. So what I'm looking at doing is, obviously at the moment I'm using my Logitech Brio. This is the first video I've ever recorded in 4K using this, so I am limited to 30 frames per second, and obviously I'm limited to other factors around the camera's kind of throughput. But I've never ever before managed to get it to record successfully, so this hopefully will be my first time. I'm still going to carry on using the Elgato mic, but I do have two purchases that should be coming in the next couple of days. One will be an Elgato capture card. That's the external one, so I'm going to use that to capture elements from my Xbox, Steam Deck, those kind of things that are kind of portable, or might be sat in another room, because my PS5 doesn't sit in this room, it sits in a completely separate room. But I do have my laptop I can carry around and then kind of capture content from there, which will be really useful. And I've also got a 4K capture card that I've ordered off eBay, so I didn't go brand new, to go into my PC, which again is an Elgato model. So that's part of it. I then kind of started to think, well, it's all very well and good using this, but I'm kind of reliant on a few factors. One is obviously my webcam. It's not very portable. I can't just disconnect it and go walking off. Obviously, I could carry it around or whatever. So I have been using the S22 Ultra to do a lot of the recordings. And I think the problem with that is, that's kind of a limiting factor in some respects. Now, don't get me wrong, the camera on the S22 Ultra is brilliant. But obviously it's not designed to do the kind of shots I've been doing. I've been trying to do a lot of overhead ones, and I found it really awkward and difficult to kind of use the different kind of tools. You can see one behind me here, which I've kind of had to do that and, kind of balance it out and then hold the camera and the lights and various other stuff. And I thought there's going to be a better way of doing this, and it might involve some investment. So what I've done is I have gone out and purchased, and I probably will get shot for this, a Sony mirrorless camera, and I will stick the links into the exact items I've gone and purchased over the next few days, so they should start to come in. But the idea is hopefully it will help me with the content creation to kind of take it up a notch. I am also starting, as I previously mentioned, to look into some of the tooling. So obviously today I'm still using Cyberlink Power Director. I do have that license for a while, so I will probably continue to use it because it is really simple. It's not difficult to do. It's really simple to use. It's great and everything, but I even watching some other videos that I've noticed that are better open source software out there, again, which I will probably cover some videos on as I start to go through that journey with those. One of the ones I've really kind of looked at and I'm going, wow, this is really complicated, is DaVinci. Now, I had a bit of a play around with that, and I went, my God, this looks insane, because it is pretty much a studio-led video editing tool that you can get for free. And don't get me wrong, there is a paid side of it as well. But in essence, it's basically giving you everything that you'd expect to get from a very professional video editing software for nothing. So I'm really keen to get into that. I'm massively keen to kind of pull through that and work through exactly how that works. So what else is there to come? From my point, what I'm looking at doing is more tech reviews. I've definitely got some already stored up. With release of videos, I have been fairly aggressive. I will probably slow that down because I'm now going to start to look at quality rather than quantity. What I wanted to do is just kind of get some out early doors in that first month until I hit that 20 mark, and then I'll probably slow it down a little bit, because at the moment I'm kind of releasing on average one video every 2 days, which is good, or maybe even more aggressive than that, but it's good. But what I'm realizing is now is I kind of watch them back and think, yeah, okay, maybe I should have spent a bit more time prepping that, doing that, maybe going into a bit more depth, particularly in the reviews. So I'm really keen to start adding a bit more value to these videos, but it was just trying to kind of test the water to see if this was worth me investing in, which obviously now I've made a potential outlay, or fairly significant outlay into doing so. But also it's to make sure I enjoyed it, because that was one of the key things that I know I've enjoyed creating content from doing various other stuff over the last year or so, but I didn't know if I'd really enjoy doing this. I have realized it is quite a commitment, and I plan to keep up with that commitment. I've done quite a lot, which I won't show you in this video, but also prepping the room for various things. I've now got some RGB LEDs sitting around the ceiling, which I got from a company called Goovy, which you'll certainly see a tech review on their products. And I've started to do a lot more on my Home Assistant to kind of do different automations and various other bits. So there's quite a lot of content in the pipeline, which I've got a lot of the original captures for. I just now need to turn them into, those kind of tech reviews and videos. But I'm conscious, obviously, I'm getting my new device coming this week, or hopefully this week. If not, it'll be early next week for my mirrorless camera, which is a Sony, I think it's EV10L. It's highly recommended for doing these kind of products, content creation, and also when you do reviews, because I bought a particular tripod as well that you can do the vertical drop down reviews as well. So really trying to put a lot of emphasis on that kind of quality. So I've made a bit of an outlay. I have also signed up with Amazon for their affiliates. So, the links that you see in any of my things, if they're from Amazon, will now have affiliate links. I'm not going to try and sugarcoat that. I'm not going to make a fortune out of it, but anything you do purchase on there, if you do use that link, I do get a little bit back. And then obviously that helps with content creation. So, I mean, to be honest, how I've set it up is it won't be monetized. It will basically be vouchers through Amazon. So realistically, I just see that in investing in more tech to do more reviews on, and then I'll certainly, if it does go well, I'll obviously take, pointers from the community of what they'd like me to go and buy, and do a tech review of, because I'm very much all about that. So far it's been kind of stuff that I've wanted or, really wanted to do. And go from there. And then obviously with the gaming content, I want to do so much more with that. Once the capture cards have come, that will open a lot of doors for me, particularly with the Steam Deck, because there's a lot I can tell you on that product. I am going to do a full review. I'm kind of conscious again that the camera's going to come in the next few days, so I'll probably use that as one of the first things I do, using the capture card, maybe using DaVinci as well to do the video editing and go from there. So yeah, exciting times. Exciting for me because, like I said, this is a completely new venture for me. It's given me some great ideas, but it's also fantastic for me to share some of the stuff I've learned as well. You gain a lot by watching how others have kind of gone through those transitions and learn various bits. But I think one of the biggest ways to learn is to do it yourself. So I applaud you if you're thinking about doing, a YouTube video. It doesn't matter what it's on, whether it's on technology, whether it's on food, whatever. Just have a go. Just see if you like it. Just drop something in. It's not difficult to get a video uploaded. If you want particular help on products to use, I had some really good advice from a colleague of mine that said go and use Canva website. That's been sensational for helping with thumbnails and kind of the logos and various other stuff. It's particularly inexpensive as well, but you kind of get almost similar quality stuff that you'd expect if you went and bought the likes of Adobe, Photoshop and stuff like that. And don't get me wrong, I think as future progresses, I'm hoping to get into those kind of areas where I might start using more in-depth products, because I think that's part of what I want to do, is also do a product review. I can certainly offer a lot of tips on stuff like the Microsoft stack, because I've worked with that for many years, and even with IT stuff, I've kind of done it throughout the years, and AV, etc. So I'm really keen to kind of give my thoughts and views on how that's kind of transitioned. So, but yeah, thank you very much for those people that have subscribed so far. I will keep taking you on this journey. I probably won't do another one now till maybe that month's gone. So maybe when that, we hit that kind of month element, which probably be around the 15th of December, I think that will probably be my next video, because hopefully by then I've kind of got a little bit more polished with how I want to do it, what I want to do, how it's going, so sort of where I'm at with the targets, and that I've set myself, and have I exceeded them, as things kind of gone better or worse than I thought. But also to kind of share my experiences of doing this. So what have I learned, what have I heard from people, is it just how have friends and family reacted to it, that kind of thing, because it is very strange to suddenly go to people, right, I want to be a content creator. I'm not at the point of I'm fortunate enough to do it as a full-time job, but maybe that's the full-time aim, because I enjoy doing it. It's something I'm quite passionate about, and some of the investments I've been making for the coming months will obviously hopefully show that in the quality of the stuff I'm doing. So yeah, if you do like what I'm trying to do and what I'm trying to achieve, please like and subscribe, and if you hit the bell as well, once you're subscribed, you will get notifications as soon as I upload a video. That wasn't somebody signing, that was just somebody messaging. But yeah, I'm really keen to sort of continue this journey with you guys. So thank you very much. But yeah, please like and subscribe.